Let me connect with y'all through this message right quick. Know what I'm saying? Toxic masculinity. The freak? Toxic masculinity. What the hell I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, every intro is not gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But look though, let me slow down. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. You know what I'm saying? Toxic masculinity. Hey, bruh. I cannot speak for nothing today. I cannot speak for nothing today, bruh. Hey, bruh, look though. Toxic What? Why can't I speak today? Hey, bruh, I'm gonna be real with you. If you're a person out there and God called you to speak and to, you know what I'm saying, to be a speaker, a truth speaker for his kingdom, man. This is a perfect example that you're not always going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to be stuttering over your words. Sometimes you're going to be saying stuff wrong. All types of stuff. But let's give this one more try. One more try. Toxic masculinity. There you go. Toxic masculinity is destroying men. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about toxic masculinity is destroying men. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to be real with you, bruh. Man, like, people have the wrong definition on what a real man is. Know what I'm saying? People have the wrong definition of this stuff. People have the wrong definition on what a real man is. Know what I'm saying? And, man, we sweating out here, bruh. It's when you hear the cicadas in the background, you know it's hot out here, bro. It is hot out here at the park. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna have to see all this sweating on Judgment Day, bro, because it's interrupting the gospel. Moving on though. Like I was saying, man, toxic, bro, you know it's hot, you can't even think straight. That's probably why I'm messing up the words. Because all the humidity is hitting my medulla oblongata. You know what I'm saying? But look though, people have the wrong definition of what a real man is. Society has their own definition of what's a real man. You know what I'm saying? Family and society in the world has their own definition of what a real man is. But we cannot be getting our definition of what a real man is from society and from the world and from all these different sources. We got to go to God and be like, Lord, what is the definition of a real man? Because you got, even women, they have their own definition of a real man. And their definition is flawed too. Their definition of a real man is not even real. Even the men themselves, they believe the wrong version of what a real man is. Know what I'm saying? And this is where all this toxic niggalinity stuff comes in. This is where all this toxic niggalinity stuff comes in. Excuse my ghetto knees. You know what I'm saying? But look though, let me look at my notes real quick. Yeah, it's like there's all these different beliefs about what it means to be a man. These worldly people and these worldly men is gonna give you the definition of a real man. You can't listen to these worldly men. Worldly men cannot tell you what a real man is. They can't do it. Only God could tell you what a real man is, and the people that is really walking with God. The men that's walking with God and they have wisdom, they could tell you what a real man is. You know what I'm saying? They could tell you what a real man is, but as opposed to, like, you know what I'm saying, bro, it's so hot out here, I can't even think straight. I'll be real with you. So we about to wrap this up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I got to do this message and we probably rolling out, bro. I'm going to be real with you. But look, though. Yeah, man, like, there's all these stereotypes about a man cannot really show their emotions and all this stuff. Cannot express their emotions. Yeah, you could definitely express your emotions. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely express how you feel to God. If you're a man, you could definitely express how you feel to God. Don't be listening to all these people like, oh, You can't express your emotions and how you feel and all this stuff. Man, you could definitely you could definitely express how you feel and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And let me look at my notes too real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like they be tying a lot of these men, bro, they also be tying a lot of these toxic men, bro, they be tying they whole masculinity into like material possessions or something. You know what I'm saying? Material possessions or something. And it could be, one of the reasons could be because they grew up without a father. So they kind of lack like a father figure in their life. So now they kind of like using all these different things to fill a void. To prove as though they masculine. They always gotta try to prove themselves or something. Bro, a real man don't even be having out here to prove themselves, especially to the world and to the wrong people. Trying to prove yourself to people who don't even care about God. Trying to prove yourself to people who are headed to hell. How does that make sense? Trying to prove yourself to people that's headed to hell, bro. That freak. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna lie. Them cicadas out here is singing in that choir for real. Them cicadas is screaming they butts off right now. Cicadas out here leading the choir, bruh. Stuff crazy out here, man. Stuff is critical. But look though, let me look at my notes real quick. Yeah, always feeling the need to prove that you're a man to the wrong people. Always trying to get into all type of altercations that you don't even need to get into. Trying to get into altercations you don't even need to be in. Trying to prove that you're a man. Trying to prove that you're hard. This is how people end up dead, bro. Trying to prove something. Always trying to prove that they tough. If you always got to prove that you're tough, how you a real man, you always got to try to prove yourself to all the wrong people. You're trying to prove yourself too much to the wrong people. You don't always got to prove yourself. You don't always got to have all this pride and all this ego, bro. But that's how majority of these men moving out here, bro. Always trying to prove something, man. Know what I'm saying? Always trying to prove something. And then you got a lot of these, especially in the red pill community, all these toxic men, disrespecting women, devaluing women, treating women as though they're an object. These toxic masculinity, man. Like, I'm telling you, there's all type of toxic narratives going on in the red pill community and all these toxic communities, man. All type of stuff. Oh, you gotta have this car. If you don't have this car, you are not a man. If you don't make this much money, you're not a man. They be putting out these ridiculous numbers. If you don't make this money, you're not a man. What? So you gotta do all this stuff just to be a man? Just for a woman, you gotta try to do all this stuff to damn near persuade the woman's attention? All this stuff you gotta do? You gotta do all this stuff to prove yourself? What void are you trying to fill? These people have all these insecurities and these voids that they're trying to fill with all these things and all these items, man. I'm telling you, man, these not real men, bruh. These not real men. The world gonna tell you these are real men. These are not real men according to God, bro. I'm telling you what I'm knowing. They not, bro. They not, bro. A real man don't feel the need to always prove himself to the wrong people, man. Know what I'm saying? Always feel the need to degrade other people to feel good about themselves. How you gonna devalue and disrespect other people, belittle other people to feel good about yourself? How is that a real man? You know what I'm saying? But look though, yeah, man, like a lot of men also feel as though they cannot express their emotions and this and that. Yes, you can, bro. Men, is it okay for men to cry? Of course it is. Of course it is okay for men to cry, to express their emotions. What is all these damn stereotypes about this stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. If you're a man and you feel like crying out to God, feel free, man. There's nothing wrong with crying out. Sometimes when you cry out to the wrong people, they start judging you. That's the thing. It's like you was crying out to the wrong people. That's why these people is judging you for crying out. If you're around the right people, they're not going to judge you for crying out, man. Only the wrong people, the immature people, is going to judge you for crying, man. Letting the tears out, expressing how you feel. Only the immature people. Only the people that don't understand it, bro. They don't understand how much stuff you go through behind the scene, man. Know what I'm saying? But look though, yeah, man, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. Let me look at my notes real quick. Yeah, man, always trying to belittle other men. A man that's always trying to belittle other men to feel good about themselves, that's not a real man. It's not a real man whatsoever, man. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. This toxic masculinity stuff, this stuff is popular on social media. It's popular in this world. This stuff been blowing up. Stuff crazy out here, man. It's like people straying away from God in so many ways. And toxic masculinity is one of those ways. There's so many perspectives about this stuff. To whereas these people is filled with ego. These people are egotisticals, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? How you going to have all these egotisticals, but in hell you're going to be burning butters naked? You know what I'm saying? Your testicles, everything in hell going to be burning. Excuse my Guessonese. But look though, it's hot out here, bro. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the hell out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Much love to all the people out there, man, who support my website, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace.